Welcome, everybody. Today, I'm here to talk about what the recent Cloud Code leak reveals about the hidden AI security risks. Your developers are using AI coding tools right now, today, probably as you watch this. And most enterprise security teams have no idea as to what's actually leaving the building when they do. On March 31st, 2026, Anthropic had a catastrophically bad morning. And the instinct for most CISOs was to file it under vendor's problem. I think that is a wrong instinct. What leaked out of Anthropic isn't just embarrassing for them, I think it is a mirror pointing directly at the AI tools already inside our organization, at the data flowing through them, at the risks that were always there, now fully documented for anyone who wants to exploit them. Four risks came out of that one incident, and let's get into it. Here's what happened quickly fast. Anthropic ships version 2.1.88 of Claude Code, their AI coding tool, with a 59.8 megabyte debug file accidentally bundled inside. A file that was never meant to ship, sitting in a publicly accessible archive on their own cloud storage. Nobody hacked anything. Nobody exploited a vulnerability. Nobody even had to log in. The file was just there. A security researcher spots it at 4:23 in the morning, posts it on X Twitter. That single tweet gets 21 million views. Within hours, 512,000 lines of code mirrored across GitHub, forked tens of thousands of times. A clean room rewrite of it becomes reportedly the fastest growing repository in GitHub history. Anthropic pulled the package. The mirror stayed up. That code is permanently in the wild. Anthropic's response is the human error, not a breach. And technically, that is true. But here's what that framing misses. Every adversary who spent that day reading through the leaked source code now knows exactly where the seams are in this tool. The cost of finding and exploiting the next vulnerability just dropped significantly. Let's come to the risk number one. Your proprietary code is already leaving. Let's start with the risk that existed before any of this happened. The leak just made it impossible to ignore. The leaked source confirmed exactly how Claude Code handles the data it receives. It basically revealed a planned, always on background daemon designed to run autonomously and take proactive actions without waiting for a prompt. It confirmed extensive telemetry, feature flags for unreleased capabilities, multi agent orchestration that can span parallel subagents. But here's the core thing. Every prompt your developer send to any AI coding tool, the code context, the file contents, the error messages, the repository details is leaving your environment and going to a vendor's server. That has always been true. This leak just handed the adversaries a detailed map of exactly how the data flows, what gets logged, and what the tool does with it. So ask yourself, do you have a data handling agreement with your AI vendors that explicitly covers how proprietary code sent in prompts is stored, processed, and retained? Most enterprises don't. Most vendors' standard terms are not written with your IP in mind. And your developers are pasting production code into these tools every single day because that is how the tools work. So, audit your agreements and update them, and this is where you need to start. Risk number two, there was a Trojan in the supply chain. Now, this one required action that same day, and I want to be very direct about it. On the exact same morning as Cloud Code leak happened, entirely, this one is separate from it, but catastrophically timed. A supply chain attack hit a widely used software package that Cloud Code depends on. Malicious versions containing an embedded remote access Trojan were live in the public registry for just over 3 hours. Anyone who installed or updated the Claude Code through the standard package manager during that window may have pulled it onto their machine without knowing. Think about what a remote access Trojan on a developer machine means. It means potential access to your source code repositories, your cloud credentials, your API keys, your SSH keys, everything that developer touches. In a shared environment, one infected machine becomes an enterprise-wide exposure event. And the threat didn't stop at the initial attack. Threat actors immediately started using the leaked Cloud Code source as bait, distributing malicious versions through GitHub repositories designed to look official. Researchers confirmed that developers cloning those fork raised or had all the issues like immediate compromise, right? So I've put the exact technical steps you need to check in your environment in my HackerNoon article. Link is in the description. If your team used the standard package manager to install this tool on March 31st, 2026, then go there, run the check, and follow the remediation steps. The broader lesson here is for any AI coding tool distributed through public package registries, you need to know exactly how it gets onto your developers' machines and whether a private distribution path or native binary is available and enforceable in your environment. Coming to risk number 3, who actually owns your AI generated code? This one is for your legal team as much as it is for your security team, but increasingly, CISOs own this intersection. The leaked source contains evidence that AI contributed substantially to building Claude Code itself. Anthropic has publicly said Claude Code was used to build their Cowork product. Under current US copyright law, meaningful human authorship is required for copyright protection to attach. If large portions of the code base were AI generated, Anthropic may face genuine challenges enforcing copyright over the leaked material. Now apply that same question to your own environment. If your engineers are using AI coding tools to generate significant portions of your proprietary code base, the IP status of that code is an open legal question. You may not fully own what your team is shipping. You need a policy now before litigation forces the issue that documents human authorship, human review, and human modification of AI generated code. This is where enterprise IP disputes will be fought probably in the next 3 to 5 years. So get ahead of it. Risk number 4. The tool was designed to hide itself. The last one, I think this is the one that should most concern security leaders in regulated industries. A file in the leaked code base called undercover.ts implements a mode that explicitly strips all evidence of AI authorship from external Git commits and pull requests. It instructs the model to never mention internal code names, never reference internal tools, and never use the phrase Claude Code in itself in any external content. So the content embedded in the source code itself was do not blow your cover, enabled by default in external builds. In financial services, healthcare, defense contracting, anywhere code provenance is a compliance obligation, an AI tool that is architecturally designed to hide its own participation in code authorship is incompatible with serious enterprise governance. This is not a setting you can configure your way out of. It is a design philosophy, and it means every security leader needs to ask this question of every AI coding tool in their environment. Can I prove for any commit in our code base what the AI wrote versus what the human wrote? And is this tool designed to help that proof or to hinder it? Here's what I want to leave you with. The Claude Code leak will be yesterday's news by next week. The security gap it exposed will still be there. Every AI coding tool in your enterprise is a channel. Proprietary code flows out through it. Credentials can be exposed through it. IP ownership gets muddied through it. And audit trails get obscured through it. Sometimes by design, as we just saw. Most enterprise security programs have not applied the same trigger to these tools that they would apply to any new cloud provider, a new database, or a new network appliance. And AI coding tools have that same level of access to your environment, sometimes even more. So, four questions to take from this is number one, do you have contractual protection for how your AI vendors handle proprietary code and prompts? Number two, have you audited the installation method and dependency chain for every AI tool your developers use? Number three, do you have an IP policy covering AI generated code authorship? And number four, can you produce an audit trail on demand proving what the AI wrote versus what the human wrote? So, if the honest answer to any of these is not yet, now this is your forcing function. All right. The full breakdown, including the technical steps for your security team, is in my HackerNoon article. Link is in the description. Drop your questions in the comments, and I want to know how your team is thinking about AI vendors' risk right now. I am Priyanka Neelakrishnan. Thank you.